Hello and welcome to KerbalVision. Today we're going to be doing a pretty big mission where we are going to be visiting the two Easter eggs closest to Kerbin, which are on the Mun and on Minmus. So let's get into the video. As you can see, we are starting out with I'm going for the smaller design of rockets. I could have gone smaller, but I didn't. I was originally intending this mission to be a small parts to Minmus mission, but it ended up being a much bigger mission than that, because I had lots of extra fuel stored in the rocket. So yes, now after closing up that fairing and setting the injection force up so it doesn't look like it's clipping through the whole rocket, we're going to put some fuel tanks on the bottom and put the smallest version of the extendable nozzle engine. So that's not, I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but yes, now we're going to build up the fairing, and again, because it failed before, and we will put the medium size of that engine on, and we will put those engines there and use a one vector engine, which was only just enough thrust to get us up. So I probably could have added more, but oh well. This I mean, it works. It works good enough. I didn't have to revert back to the VAB once. This mission, actually, interesting. This mission was the only mission I've ever done where I never encountered one. No, I only encountered one bug. Only one bug. Absolutely amazing, which in my opinion, for KSP2 at least. I mean, the bug was quite groundbreaking, but still only one bug, which is really good. Anyway, now I don't know why I added all those engines at the bottom. I really didn't. I really only needed one of them. The other two were just adding extra weight and tempting me to use up more fuel. But here we are at the launch, and as you can see, it is very slow. I will speed up the footage in a second, but it is a very slow rocket. So I will just wait until the time warp starts going. Now the frame rate's a little bit smoother, and we will slowly start tipping the rocket over to get us on a gravity turn. A lot slower than it usually does, just so we don't end up flipping over in the atmosphere, and we actually get a properly efficient one. But yes, so we are taking Valentina for this mission. She was pretty intrigued about going and visiting and trying to figure out the past of the Kerbals, so we decided to send her. And yes, as we very slowly make our way through the atmosphere, we can see the Mun up there, which happens to not be on screen right as I talk about it. And yes, I think the color scheme on the rocket looked pretty good. You might disagree, but I think it looked pretty good. And now the engine plume is starting to show that we are pretty high up in the atmosphere, along with the gauge. And now that we've got our apoapsis at about 18 kilometers above the atmosphere, no, 80 kilometers above the surface, we will get ourselves a maneuver to get us in an almost perfectly circular orbit around Kerbin. So, I'm not sure if I actually added any reaction wheels to this. I don't think I did. I probably should have, but yeah. Also, recently, a fun fact, I've actually been starting to do some KSP, normal KSP1 science. In case you didn't, I mean, well, of course you wouldn't know about that, but I've been starting to do some KSP1 science mode playthroughs. So maybe I might actually make a video of that in the future. Not sure if I will or not, but yes, now I missed the part of where we were burning into orbit, and now we are burning our way out to Minmus after that quick little injection. And now we have got ourselves an encounter with Minmus, and we'll perform a mid-course correction change to get ourselves on a pretty equatorial orbit. No, we didn't set it to an equatorial, it was a polar orbit. Because in case you didn't know, and I won't spoil where the actual location of the Easter egg is, it's actually, you have to be in a polar orbit to get to it, so get ourselves a little maneuver node to bring our orbit around that area, and Now we will time warp until we are inside Minmus's sphere of influence, and make a little maneuver node to get ourselves in a circular orbit around Minmus. And the crater right below us, hopefully that's not spoiling anything, but the crater right below us back there was actually the crater we're going to land in the future. And after a few little changes, which I didn't show on screen because I didn't want to spoil the actual proper location of it, we are time warping down to the landing part of landing at this interesting site. So be very interesting to see whether the devs will actually put in any actual physical part to the Easter eggs, like, I don't know, like if the planets are at a certain location to do with the Easter eggs, it does a certain mechanical thing or something rather. Be cool if they did, that'd be really awesome. But yeah, I don't know if they will or not, but I guess we don't really know much about that anyway. So now we will very quickly try and deactivate that engine and get ourselves pretty well settled on the surface, and after trying to get a little thumbnail shot, we will EV out our Kerbal Valentina out to have a look at this site. We will have a pretty close call to the rock there, and have a little glance at an old stage of the rocket. We can keep it there, maybe it can be like some science research thing. And now we are going to very naughtily bump into his armpit. Luckily that's he seems pretty frozen in space, so I don't have to worry about him waking up. And now we will plant our flag, and I probably shouldn't say him, might be a her, it might be a other, don't know. Anyway, now we've planted our Kerbal Space Program Agency flag, and I know that probably won't do much. Maybe you need to put a flag on every single finger of his. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be interesting to figure out what actually happens with the Easter eggs in the future. Anyway, now we aborted our rocket, and we are going to activate our engine and begin burning ourselves into a circular orbit, and then we will get ourselves an encounter with the Mun and do the rest of the mission from there. So, a quick little sponsor. So from today's sponsor, the sponsor of today's video would like you to subscribe to the channel and give it a like, and anything else you might want to do, like comment or anything. Yeah, I don't have any sponsors, but be awesome if you did do that either way. And now, after talking about my little sponsor from myself, we have gotten ourselves escaped from Minmus, and we're getting ourselves an encounter with the Mun. On a different topic, I would like to ask a question for people to write down in the comments. I saw a post on Reddit the other day saying something about KSP2 doing something rather with Private Division, and possibly putting KSP and KSP2 out of the business for a little while, or putting them something like that happening. I don't know the full story, and that's why I'm wanting to ask if anyone else can explain to me what that post was all about, or if you actually saw the screenshot, I mean the actual place where they got the screenshot from. And just explain to me in the comments what that's all about, because I'm really curious. And just to be sure, I also have tried my best to make sure I've secured KSP and KSP2, even though I'm sure if they were wanting people to stop using it, they'd make sure. But currently I've done my absolute best to try and get KSP and KSP2 secure, so I can keep on making content for everyone else, you, the viewer, watching the video. And now deactivating those engines because we really didn't need them, they were just using up extra Delta V. We can see the Monarch in the distance, and it looks a lot cooler than the one in KSP1 now. I don't believe I did this mission in... Oh my goodness, excuse me. I don't believe I did this mission in KSP1. I mean, no, sorry, KSP2. I don't believe I've done this mission yet, going and visiting the KSP Monarch. I mean, I've been to the 2 Easter eggs in KSP quite a few times, but just never bothered to record things. And now we're going to EVA Valentina, and she tipped our rocket over, which is a little bit annoying. But now we are approaching this very interesting looking thing. Be very cool if we like bump the sun on all the planets in a special order after planting a flag or something, and it opens some kind of portal. That'd be really awesome. But so far that isn't implemented. as far as I know. But now we've got our Kerbal on here, and the most important part is to plant a flag, so, well, we can't lose it if it teleports away or something. And Valentina, right now is not the time to be yawning. So, this is a interesting thing. It'd be pretty cool to see what they do with it in the future. But now, as you can see, I was trying to move the camera around, trying to get a screenshot, which didn't do very well. As you can see, the like arrow keys to move your camera around didn't work particularly well. I wish there was a way to make it move much faster, but I mean much faster, not much faster. But so far I don't know about any of that. Now we're going to return our Kerbal back to the mothership. Oh, well, it's not a mothership, is it? It's just a normal ship. And we will begin our burn back to get ourselves in an orbit around the Mun and return back to Kerbin. So, yeah, I'm glad we didn't lose the solar panels there, because it's pretty close. And now you can see the one bug that happened in this mission, where our orbit didn't show up. But unfortunately, I do have a big confession to make. I did have to use cheats to bring my orbit into intercept Kerbin. I mean, I probably would have gotten it without any infinite fuel. It's just that my orbit line didn't show up, so I had to do things a lot more inefficiently. So hopefully I can be excused from this, and plus this is more of a showcase of all the different Easter eggs in the video. Now we are coming down for touchdown, and I have to say thank you for watching this video. There will be a link to subscribe to my channel, a link to subscribe to Marvin Hoover's channel, a link to subscribe to Zenith's KSP's channel, or make awesome KSP videos and KSP2 videos. And, well, that's it. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.